says live.
Are you still there, Michaela?
I am, yeah, and it's
Cool.
showing up live.
Right, so how do I see Michaela? I look at her here, yeah?
You open up Zoom again.
Okay, ladies, we're live, but I can't see anybody. So, right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our first ever Zoom Facebook live streaming. And I think we've cracked it. Thanks to my lovely son, Paddy. This afternoon, I would like to introduce you to an Artichoke girl, Michaela, who is going to talk to us about her passion for a lovely range of skincare products called Temple Spa, which I had never actually heard of until Michaela put a post up on Artichoke Girls saying that she was starting work again after, I think, a break of 3 months. So before I ask Michaela to crack on, as always, welcome. Please like and comment. I have got my phone in front of me, so hopefully, Michaela, I'm going to be able to answer questions as they come up.
Okay.
So ladies, if you've got any questions you want to ask Michaela, fire away. Sorry, I'm just moving my roll of stamp stuff that I just knocked over. As always, we want you to press that love button. And if I miss any questions, I'm sure Michaela, as long as we can see this video after it's been live Zoomed, which I hope we can, will answer. Now, Michaela, can you just say hello so I can make sure I can hear you?
Hello. Hi
Cool.
there.
Right.
All that practice.
Stage is yours. I'm going to shut up now.
Okay.
Everybody, this is Michaela.
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for coming along and joining this afternoon. I'm going to do a Temple Spa facial. I'm going to start sort of straight away because the mask ideally needs to be on for about 20 minutes. So whilst the mask is on, I've got time to tell you a little bit more about Temple Spa if you don't already know. And if there have been any questions to answer those, I know Sarah's got a couple of questions herself. So we are doing the masterclass facial this afternoon, which is the anti-aging facial, but masterclass sounds so much better, I think, basically. So this, if we were in a class situation, which I will explain about, this is the worksheet we would be following through. So in a class, when generally people are sitting around the table, we set the scene with our candle, which I know you can't smell, but this is Siesta Forever. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's full of essential oils. It smells really beautiful. It's very relaxing. And on top of that, we put a few spritzes of this product, which is called Quietude. I know you probably can't see that, but again, this is full of essential oils. We just sort of spritz it in the air around everybody, and it is beautifully calming and relaxing. I put it on my pillows every night because I'm struggle sleeping. So a few spritzes of that. You can have it if you're traveling, there's a travel size. If you're in the car, stuck in traffic. So the full facial experience is not complete without a Temple Spa headband. And these are quite brutal because they seriously hold your hair off your face. So headband on, candle alight, Quietude spritzed, we're ready to go. So I don't have any makeup on today. I didn't, but if you did and you needed to take eye makeup off, then the first product we're going to use is called Easy on the Eye. Now this works on waterproof makeup. It's suitable for people that wear contact lenses. It's cooling, soothing, calming, hypoallergenic. It's great also, especially at this time of year, if you get itchy, sore, hay fever eyes, just put a few pumps onto some damp cotton wool, lay them across your eyes, and if you can sit back for a few minutes, it just takes the sting away. If you keep it in the fridge, it's even better because it's lovely and cooling on a day like this. So we're going to start then actually with in the beginning. which is a beautiful balm cleanser. It's kind of described as a spa in a jar because it smells just like a spa, exactly how you'd expect a spa to smell. It's a rich balm cleanser packed full of essential oils, and it gives you a really intense clean. It's a thick, you can see that?
Yeah, no, it looks fab, I can see it.
Yeah, thick balm cleanser. It's hand whipped, it's made in very small batches. You warm it up on your fingers and you will feel that it's very slightly grainy, only very slightly. But as you start to massage it into the skin and work it in, the grains just disappear. They dissolve into your skin. So it's very, very mildly exfoliating, but within a very short period of time, the grains have just vanished away. You can take it over your eyes. It will remove eye makeup remover as well. So if not everything came off with your Easy on the Eye, then sweep this across. It just melts into your skin. As I said, it's packed full of anti-aging ingredients, which, let's face it, has got to be good. Full of essential oils, natural plant extracts. It's got a whole selection of olive oil, basil oil, clary oil, vitamin oils. So just keep working that in, because ordinarily this would be removing makeup as well as giving you a deep cleanse.
So from what you're saying, Michaela, everything is made from natural products?
There are some technical ingredients in there, in all of the products, obviously to help, but nothing's been tested on animals. There's no parabens or microbeads or whatever. And as I know I was saying to you the other day, everything reads a bit like a fruit bowl or a salad drawer. As I said, you've got olive oil, basil oil, clary oil, lavender oil, and vitamin E. I've got some warm flannels here, but I've got particularly warm. So once you've spent a moment or two massaging this in, then you just take it off with a hot face cloth.
So why do you use a face cloth?
Because this is an oil-based cleanser, and you will struggle to get this off without something to rub on it. So you need a bit of heat. So you could stand in the shower if you was doing this before a shower. You could stand in the shower and just use a cloth. But because it's such a rich oil cleanser, you can't just wash it off, and it's not successful with cotton wool really. You need a muslin or something like this. So once you've taken that off, we're going on to a second exfoliation. That's a mild exfoliation. So we're going on to something a little bit stronger, and this is called the Power Breakfast. So this can also be used as a mask, but today we're going to use it as an exfoliator. It's a very gentle exfoliator. If you use it as a mask, it sort of dries on your skin. I don't know if you remember the old mud masks of the back in the 80s. It doesn't dry as hard as that, but it does dry. But today, as I said, we're going to use it as an exfoliator. So the same principle, we're just going to work it into the skin. You can see where the product's going. So this exfoliates and softens, encourages cell renewal. It polishes and buffs, brightens, purifies. As I said, obviously it's removing the dead skin cells. And at this point, if you wanted to use it as a mask, having sort of worked it into your skin, just under your chin, you could, but we're going on to something better for a mask. So we're going to take this off now. Okay.
So how much did you use? Because you don't seem to be using an awful lot of these products.
A little goes a very long way. It really does. I mean, this pot of cleanser, can you see how much has gone from that? Yeah. I don't use it every day. I normally use it if I've got makeup on, which obviously recently I haven't tended to have. But a little, I'm actually using quite a lot for the purposes of this so that hopefully you can see the product.
Yeah.
But wouldn't need to use as much as I'm using. Not
if
just,
you wore makeup every day, how long would that pot of cleanser last you then?
if you're using it every night to cleanse your face, 3 or 4 months at least.
Okay, yeah.
Really. I would think, yeah, at least, because as I said, I mean, I used twice the amount that you ideally use, but I did it obviously so that you could see it on the spatula and that kind of thing. So that's now removed.
And you can see your skin is really bright just with
feels,
those 2 products.
Yeah, in the beginning, the first one we used is just amazing. Sorry, just dropped my brush. I knew that would happen. Okay.
And how often would you exfoliate? You wouldn't do that every day, would you?
No, I mean, an exfoliation is well, this gives you a mild exfoliation, but in terms of a slightly more intense one, then once a week really is okay. There are a number of other products which are more gentler, and you could use a couple of times a week, but for the power breakfast, once a week really. So now we're going on to Truffle Elixir. Now this, I sent you a sample of this. I don't know if you've had.
I haven't had a chance to use it yet, no.
Okay, so this, so in the masterclass we use all the truffle products, which are really the roles. They're all meant and designed for anti-aging, for brightening, plumping, lifting, that kind of thing. This is like a little mini facelift in a jar. So
oh my God, I need a lot of that.
we apply it with this little brush, which comes with the product, and we just pop it all over. Now, again, I'm going to use quite a lot. I'm going to have to use my mirror for this so I can see, so that you can see it, but you really wouldn't use anywhere near this amount.
So this is the mask that you're using now instead of This is the deluxe mask, right.
Truffles. It's obviously gold. I know you can't smell it, but it smells beautiful as well. It's got a whole host of, if you can think of anything decadent, it's in this. There's gold in it, there's black truffle in it, there's champagne, there's diamond, there's strawberries, cashmere, everything fabulous is in this mask.
It sounds good enough to eat.
Yeah, you probably could actually. So you brush this on. Yeah, I think you can see where I put that.
Yeah,
so,
no, I can see you fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, so when you're applying it, pay particular attention to any areas that of concern for yourself. So maybe here your number 11.
I have them here, and of course my jowls. I mean, God, this is the only place that I would have lifted is here, because look, I've just lost a decade.
I know. So I take it, for me, I take it quite close to the sides of my eyes, not so much underneath, but quite close to the sides. I pay particular attention to my frown lines and forehead, and then again this line, the line here. I can't remember the technical name, but the line that sort of runs from
your frown line,
down to here, and then around your lips, because if you've got, especially if perhaps you've ever smoked at any point in your life, if you've got lines around here, and then just kind of brush it on, and then this. Ideally, the masks need to stay on for, right, I'm going to check the time, the masks need to stay on for 20 minutes. Okay. They all start to do their thing, their magic, after about between 5 and 10. But this mask really does, to get the full benefit, it really does need to stay on for 20 minutes. It isn't the mask that you would do on a Sunday night and then go to bed. It would be a huge waste of the product. Really, it's the mask to do just before you're going out for an evening out, or for a day or whatever, because it's going to give you that very slight albeit short term, but it will give you that lift for the evening. In one of the classes that we do, the skin therapy class, we do one half of the face gold, and then the other half we do one of the other the mask of your choice from the varying ranges, the different ranges for different skin types. So and anybody of probably 40, maybe upwards, almost everyone can see a difference between the side that's had the gold on and the other side. It just, if as I was saying, if you've got these lines and bits and pieces round here, it just plumps them up and gives you that little glow, really, just for the short term. Unfortunately, it is short term, but so it increases hydration. I'm losing my headband. It increases hydration. It's a luxury mask for, as I said, really for that instant radiation. I'll give up. It slides off my hair. I've just had my hair coloured and it's quite soft and it's just, so then you get this really good look of a random fringe. As I said, it's got gold, silk, black truffle, cashmere, all those kinds of things, and it helps reduce fine lines and just gives you that added glow. You can start, I can feel it already, you can start to feel a slight warmth. You maybe a tingle, certainly not a burning, but I can already feel, probably because it's quite warm generally, that warmth as it's starting to do its thing. We do have these eye masks. These are called I Will Survive, and they come in a pack, and if guests want to, they can apply a pair of these and they sit under here. However, I find you really need to be laying down a bit, otherwise they gradually slide down. You would put these on before you put the gold on, and these two ideally need to be on for 20 minutes. And they do give you that really lovely bright-eyed, like you've had a really good night's sleep. But as I said, for me, I need to be laying down, and I know I'd end up spending the next 20 minutes trying to push them back up into place. So, but that's another added anti-aging trick. So we've got just under 20 minutes now. So for anybody that hasn't heard of Temple Spa, it's a privately owned British company owned by a couple called Mark and Liz Warham. This year is Temple Spa's 20th anniversary, so been going 20 years. Their background is in the industry. They set up Virgin V with Richard Branson. I don't know if you remember Virgin V.
Oh my God, I loved Virgin V. So actually, the products were amazing. The makeup was fabulous.
It was, yeah. No, I mean, I back in the day, I used Virgin V stuff. So they set it all up with Richard Branson. They also were involved in developing the colourings range with Anita Roddick for Body Shop.
No, I don't know that one.
That was their makeup range back in the 80s when that all started. So they did all that. They lived the corporate life and whatever. And then, so just over 20 years ago now, they took a sabbatical. They took a year off to travel around the Mediterranean. And they were inspired by Mediterranean smells and sights and sounds, etc., and created Temple Spa, which has just grown and grown. As I said, it started off with, in the beginning, the first product. Then there's another one that we're going to come on to, which was one of the second ones. So they started off with quite a limited product range, and they had this this sort of idea and this hope to bring spa treatments and spa products into people's home. So this is called, so what we're doing now, as I said, is Spa to Go, referred to as Spa to Go. And what you would do is you perhaps as the host would invite 5, 6, 7 or so of your friends, sit round the table. They're all laid up, so you have a place set in your mirror, your headband, if you can keep it on, your brush, your bits and pieces. We have the products all laid out, the candle, etc. And then everybody does it together. There's 6 different classes. As I said, this is the master class, the anti-aging. There's the skin therapy, which is the introduction to all of the different products. So there's 5 skincare ranges for, you know, different dry skin, oily skin, etc. And then there's a couple of classes that introduce body products. So the double detox and the spa experience. So they bring in body scrubs, body lotions, foot cream, hand cream, etc., etc. So we introduce those. And then there's always a Christmas class. And at this time of year, there's a summer breeze class, we call it again, which is very much towards prepping your skin for the summer and, you know, giving you a little bit of a summer glow. So they're the different classes. And as I said, they work on the basis that we're all sitting around. Obviously, with COVID, we haven't been doing any classes, not face to face. I've just started doing some garden classes. So for people that feel happy and comfortable, and if they've got the outside space. So we're doing smaller numbers sitting in the garden. So that's going quite well, apart from last Saturday when it poured with rain. So we had to post. I mean, it was all, I don't know about with you, but here on Saturday, it was awful, absolutely awful. Here, yeah. So anyway, we're doing it tomorrow and it's going to be about 35 degrees or something. So I'll be from one extreme to the other. So that's tomorrow evening. So yeah, so I think that's probably it. We have a vegan range. Obviously that's quite a key thing at the moment. So we have a range of products that are completely vegan friendly for sensitive skin, allergy free, etc., gluten free. A range for dry skin, kind of a normal skin range combination, and then oily skin, which is also very suitable for men, for teenagers, you know, that so that they don't end up sharing your products, really, depending if you've got a man that, you know, likes to do his pampering as well.
You've obviously never met my husband.
No, obviously not.
I think he thinks his willy would fall off if he did anything like that.
Well, over the last couple of years or so, my husband hasn't had a lot of choice, really, but to go along with it. And we will quite. Oh, he'll kill me for saying this. We'll quite often have a Friday facial if we're not going out. So there's a black one called Purification, which is a purifying mask. And it's lovely. It's got kaolin in it and tea tree. It smells beautiful, and you feel like it's doing good because your face is all black. And yeah, he'll enter into the spirit of it. In fact, we do Temple Spa do a man's class called Go Guys. So if you could ever persuade a group of men around the table, then it's very short because they have a very short attention span. So it doesn't last the normal sort of hour to hour and a half of a normal class. We don't give them the choices because, you know, they just can't. So we tell them, this is what you need to use. You need to use this. You need to use that, and then you need to use that. And yeah, I did it. I forced my husband Steve and some my neighbour and a couple of others. Bless them. They were very brave. I did it last spring, I think. I think a lot of alcohol was consumed, but they entered into the spirit of it. It was good fun. Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of fun, and your passion for Temple Spa really comes through.
I do love the products, yeah.
So ladies, if you've just joined us, we're talking to Michaela Franklin today, who is an Artichoke girl. And I found out just completely by accident that she works for a company called Temple Spa. And it was actually that hideous American word, serendipity, because I had recently discovered that my beloved Clarins are shipping to China. And I have been the Clarins Queen since I was 19. But because they're shipping to China, although they don't test on animals during production, they actually, in order to be able to ship to China, the products have to be tested when they get there. And although I'm not bothered about testing on animals if it's going to save somebody's life, I don't think that I can justify it. So I've got a new mascara. So I was looking for something to replace it. And I must say the serum that you sent me is fabulous.
Yeah.
And I think I'm using too much. You only use a tiny bit, don't you? Because I put it on and it sat on my skin. And I thought, oh no, I've probably used twice as much.
We're coming on to that.
And now I've got used to using just a tiny, tiny amount. It is amazing. And you have fabulous skin. I mean, you're an incredibly good advert.
Well, I'm 97 as well. No, I'm not. I'm 54, coming up 55. I have, like you, I've used Clarins, I've used Declior. I've always been a bit of a skincare junkie, and I've always like to take care of my skin. And I got invited to a class by a friend in the village. She was hosting one, and I went along and was very happy with the product range that I was using at the time. But nonetheless, girly night, a few glasses of Prosecco, I went along and loved them. Really loved using the products. And then somebody else in the village had one, so I went to that class, and then I hosted one here and and by which point in time I'd got almost every product really, because all different classes, and before you know it, you've got your skincare and you've got a few body products and stuff. So and then the consultant that was conducting the classes asked me if I would consider becoming a consultant myself. And initially I was like, oh no, I can't do that. I enjoy attending the classes. I don't want to, I enjoy sitting there having a glass of Prosecco. I don't. Anyway, she kind of persuaded me, said have a think about it. So I said, all right, okay, I'll do it for 6 months. I'll see how I get on. And that was 2.5 years ago now. So yeah, still going. And in that time, we've had a couple of new products launched as well, which is why which is quite good. It keeps in use. So the eye makeup remover, that's quite. There was an eye makeup remover before, but this one's much better. The mask came in, this gold mask, just as I was starting, and then, which we're about to go on to shortly, Truffle Elixir, which is the serum. And I'm really torn between that and the In the Beginning cleanser as my desert island products. I just
you love them that much.
Well, I couldn't decide which one. One half of me says if I was on a desert island, I'd probably need a good cleanser. And if there was nobody there, then they wouldn't see the wrinkles, so I wouldn't need this. But then the other half of me thinks, no, I've got to have this.
What if you get rescued? You don't want to be wrinkly when you're rescued.
Well, this is true. Okay, yeah, we'll go for this one.
In fact, Elaine is saying that her husband has reached 66 years of age without skincare. So she doesn't think she's going to be able to persuade him now, but she loves skincare products and she loves Prosecco too. So obviously you were
sounds like my kind of lady. As I said, really, my husband didn't really stand any chance really, and he was using a moisturizer when I met him, so not quite Temple Spa, but he was using a moisturizer. So he's not, he doesn't, he's not as product orientated as some men, but he uses a face wash and he uses moisturizer, and every now and again we do a face mask if we're not got anything better to do. Over lockdown, obviously been doing quite a few, but
so his skin's improved a lot then.
Well, everybody says he looks way younger than he is, so it clearly the products are working on him also. So that or good genes.
So Michaela, can anybody order these products from you? I mean, I know that's probably a stupid question because I've ordered the serum. So if we don't live in Kent, how do we go about ordering from you? Have you got a website? Have you got a Facebook page?
I've got a Facebook page, which is Michaela Franklin Temple Spa. And I have a website. I'll have my own website, which is www.templespa.com and then / Michaela Franklin. Perhaps we can put that in comments or something afterwards.
If you find them in the comments afterwards, then when I load it up onto the website with the blog, then I can put links in. So ladies, if you want to go back to this, we are really hoping that A, it will stay on the Facebook page, and B, I can work out how to upload it to the website, but I will, as always, put a comment up on Facebook once I've loaded it onto the website, if I've done it. I'm laughing because Paddy's gone home and I don't know how to end a Zoom meeting. We could be here all night.
Oh, okay. And no, I'm sure you must don't you just click up on the top there and say leave meeting or something?
I don't know. We'll fiddle around with that later. We'll worry about that in a few minutes. So do they do any other products then? Do they do body products, hair products?
It's a shampoo and conditioner, both of which smell is a really, I mean, along with obviously all the ingredients that are working, but smell is another real feature of Temple Spa products, which is why when everyone's sitting around the table and you open a pot and everyone, or a jar, and everyone can sniff it, it's all, it's all part of it. So they all smell like the shampoo and conditioner are great. You can use them on coloured hair as well as, it's not stripping out colour or whatever. Every day, suitable for everyday use. There's a couple of shower gels. There's a very relaxing one called La La Lagoon, which again smells like a spa. It's beautiful. And then there's a very uplifting one. It's a Wonderful Life, which is citrusy fragrance and has slightly exfoliating bits in it. So it doubles up as a little bit of a body scrub. But there is a body scrub, which is brilliant, called Sugar Bath. There's a body lotion called Duvet. There is a whole range of body products as well. Foot cream, which is lovely, Soul Balm, especially at this time of year, when your feet are hot. There's some body oils which can either be used in the bath or you can apply to your skin. This is suitable for both. So a whole range of along with the 5 skincare ranges for the 5 skincare types, there's a whole host of body products as well.
So I've just Elaine asking if you do mascara.
We do.
And what mascara it is?
It's called Stroke of Genius, and it's a serum mascara. So it's treating your lashes as well. So you won't get, you don't get that initial kind of, mega lash look like you might do from perhaps a L'Oreal or a Max Factor one. But you can apply more than one coat without it going all thick and cloggy and gloopy. And because it's serum based, it's conditioning and coating your lashes. So you can put one coat on for a very natural daytime look, and then you can put your second coat on if you want a little bit more, and a third coat if you really want, a good night out look. And as I said, that's called Stroke of Genius. So this has been on 18 minutes now. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to give it a little massage into the skin before we take it off. So my skin feels quite warm where it's been on, and to touch it is very, very sticky now. But what we're going to do is just very gently massage it. And again, like everything, like all of the truffle products in particular, we're going to pay particular attention to any areas of particular concern. So as you can see, I'm starting on my forehead, following out the lines, taking it down to the sides here, down my nose, and then again around my mouth. And as you start to massage it, it starts to warm up and it starts to loosen slightly. So it's not quite so sticky. It becomes a little more like the consistency was when we applied it at the beginning. And I think it's not quite so gold now. So I don't know how it looks for you, but it's not quite so bright gold because it's sort of doing its thing. And
yeah, I think on the bridge of your nose I can still see gold, but
yeah,
that's not it. Virtually everywhere else,
yeah,
it's almost disappeared.
Yeah, it is still there because I can feel it, but it does start to absorb and do its thing. So you just spend a couple of minutes giving it a bit of a rub, bit of a massage. Again, like I said, on those areas that you might be a little bit more concerned about. And then you take this off. And again, this needs a hot cloth to remove it because it's quite sticky still. So we remove this. It's a nice kind of gold sheen on there, whether you can see that. So there is still product on the face. It hasn't all sunk in. Just make sure I haven't left any behind in my eyebrows, on the sides of my nose. It's always good when you've got the black mask on. It's always worth checking you've got every bit off.
Yeah.
You don't go out with any streaks of black. Okay, so we've taken the mask. Now, as I said, if we did the skin therapy, we've done half and half. At this point
Your
in time,
skin looks amazing. I must say, it looks fabulous. You
would look in the mirror and see. But I mean, I can see. I know obviously it's possibly not quite, but I can see that here, these sides here are definitely smoother, and just sort of gradually under the eye is better, and my skin feels really lovely. So to finish off, which even if we weren't doing a mask and we were just doing a cleanse and tone, it's toning essence. So really it does what it says on the front. So we put a few spritzes onto a damp cotton wool pad, and then just sweep it across to remove any last traces of mask or cleanser if we were just doing a cleanse, tone and moisturizer.
And is that toner okay for sensitive skin? Because
yes.
My skin is an absolute nightmare. I never use toner. I've got a spray watery thing that I put on.
Yeah, no, it's alcohol free, so it's fine for sensitive skin. It's got cucumber in it, which you can smell. I know you can't, but I can smell the cucumber. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fab. But it's lovely. It's very cooling. You can put it in the fridge, keep it cool. You can use it as a setting spray. So if you don't want to apply it with cotton wool, you can do as you've just said, and literally just pop a couple of spritzes on, and then just sort of let it dry on your skin.
So it's very similar to the product I've got from Caudalie, which you just sort of spritz on, but it's got grape. So that sounds fab. You
can do the same with this. It's, as I said, alcohol free, refines and tones, beautiful smell of cucumber. It's calming and soothing. And another good one to put in the fridge, which I quite often do. So we're now going to we'll move on to Truffle Elixir, to the serum, because this is just so good. So this is the newest product, certainly the newest product in the serum range. So serums work on the underneath, the baby layers of your skin. So if your moisturizer is like your clothing, your serum's like your underwear, it's working deep down. And the disadvantage of that is that it can take 28 days to really see any benefit from using a serum, because it's working underneath and it takes that long for the new skin cells to renew. However, with this, you should start to see some benefits after about 7 days. And after 28 days, you should, with regular use, you really should start to see some. When it was launched, we were shown images, etc., of sort of a side profile and full face of a lady who had quite marked lines around her mouth and here. So they showed it after 7 days, after 14, 21, 28, and the results were really quite amazing. So I know you obviously know what this is like. So it's quite runny and quite a liquid serum compared to the other ones that we do. So it's one pump into your hand, and then I would just spread it between the two, sweep it across, and then I go back, and exactly the same as the mask and whatever, I go back and pay just a couple of moments. It really doesn't have to be long, just working it into the areas that you are concerned about. So for me, as I said before, it's that line there, it's round the sides of my mouth and my eyes and there, and it just absorbs into the skin completely. It's just gone. And I use this twice a day because I'm a real fan of Casey facials, which are the toning facial. And I obviously, with COVID, I haven't had one for about 5 months now. So I am slapping on the Truffle-esque twice a day, every day, to hopefully keep the wrinkles at bay. And then we'll use an eye cream. This is Truffle Elixir, an eye truffle, sorry, eye truffle, which is again the cream. And we put a little tiny blob about the size of a petit pois onto the ring finger. There. Tap them together. And then just tap around the sort of orbital bone. And just very gently, you use your ring finger because it's the finger that you have the least pressure on. And again, I just take a moment to just very gently rub it at the sides where you get the crow's feet and things. There. And like all of the truffle products, these all have that beautiful list of decadent, wonderful ingredients, diamond and cashmere and etc., which are, you know, doing their thing and working away. And then we're going to use a neck cream. I don't know if you use a neck cream at all. This is called Exalt.
I used to, and then I just sometimes slap my face cream and sometimes bring my body cream up, depending on how much time I've got.
That's fair. I never used a neck cream until I was introduced to this one. But this is it smells beautiful. It smells of rose. It's like a gel cream formula. I don't think you can really see, but it's not a liquid, but it's not a thick moisturizer.
Oh, it is quite runny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's and it's very gel-like. It's very light. So you apply this however you want, but in a class, we always suggest that you put the product on the back of the hand, and then you tap your hands together to spread it, and then you literally sweep it up. And then that way you're kind of replicating, if you were having a facial, you're sort of replicating the therapist standing behind you, and just, you know, that motion. You've also got the added benefit of the fact that the product's gone onto the back of your hand, so it's absorbing into your hand a little bit as well. So, and you can take this as low as you want. Obviously, if you've not got a top on or anything, you can go a little bit lower down here, but to just take that up to your chin. And
that
then
looks fabulous, because, you know, our neck skin is so thin, isn't it? Which is why we get so crepey.
Yeah, definitely. And you when you use that, you will notice the difference in texture, which is hard obviously to see here. But you, from the serum, from the neck cream, and from the moisturizer, they are all a very different consistency and texture, because they're doing different things and working in different ways. And then we finish off with the moisturizer, and again we're going truffle. Now, I don't know whether these were the ones that I sent you little sample pots of, so I'm not sure if you've got around to using them there. So
I'm so sorry, I've got a day off next week.
You have been really busy. It's just so you know, these are, so there's skin truffle, which is in this sort of slightly more bronzy goldy pot, and truffle noir, which is in the black one. Again, they've got the whole range of the truffle ingredients in them. So the skin truffle has a very slight, very, very slight shimmer to it, which is your daytime moisturizer. And then truffle noir has got this lovely sort of silvery grey texture, which is your night cream. You can use truffle noir day or night if you want to. In fact, you could use either of them, but this does give you a very slight shimmer, so it's kind of wasted at night time, really, if to use it. But a little with this, a little really does go a long way. That's a bit too much. So, wrong way around. I don't know if you can see that.
It's about a pea size.
Slightly, yes, yeah, not a petit pois, but an actual pea size. Yeah. So this is the skin truffle, the daytime one that I'm using. And as with all of them, you just spread it. In fact, I have put too much on here. You just sweep it across. You don't look like you've been playing with a box of glitter. It's just a very, very subtle shimmer. if you're particularly nice if you're a no makeup, you know, person, or if you're having a no makeup day, because it just gives your skin that little bit of radiance. And as all of the other truffle products, it's minimizing fine lines, helping with radiance and glow, and leaves your skin feeling lovely.
So what would you recommend for rosacea then? Because as we age, I mean, I know a lot of women have those brown patches, don't they?
Yeah.
And I have rosacea. Do you have any particular products with Temple Spa that would address either the skin coloration or rosacea, which I know are two separate issues?
For the rosacea, we have a serum called Be Clear, which is very good for, it's quite good for pigmented skin or acne, that kind of thing. So if you've got any sort of markings, then Be Clear is quite good, would be good for that. And for me personally, I would then use Truffle Elixir at night perhaps, and Be Clear during the day, vice versa, so that you've got the benefits of them both. We also do a facial oil, which is very good for marking or scarring, and for the rosacea and high pigmentation. So either or both of those two products. You wouldn't use the oil every day. That would be a you know, perhaps a once or twice a week thing, and at night time, really, because personally for me, I'm not so comfortable having an oil on my skin during the day, but at night time, or on a if you're at home, you know, having a no makeup day, then it's quite good for that. So yeah, I would recommend probably either of those.
Perhaps you could put detail them in the comments afterwards, so people can see them. And we've got Diane Reynolds asking, whereabouts in Kent are you?
I live in Southfleet, which is quite near to Bluewater. It's a little village, and it's about 3 miles from Bluewater and about 5 miles from the Dartford crossing, that sort of area of Kent. Yeah.
That's where I used to live, because I used to live in Sean.
Yeah. So yeah, well Sean's only about 5 miles from here also. So yeah, not far at all.
I'm going to check the questions, Michaela.
Okay.
Right, I think questions. We haven't got any more questions. Michaela's coming to the end now. So if you have got any questions, now is the time to ask them. I'm just looking at my phone, which is why I'm always looking sideways. Bear with me. I think another one's just come up, Michaela. Okay. Oh no, my friend Nick is watching us. Hello, Nick. Okay. Right, so I think it's time for you to sort of round everything up, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so that's the anti-aging facial, the masterclass. In a class environment, although we've done that in about 45 minutes, in a class environment with a few toppings up of Prosecco and a bit of chit chat in between, it's usually about an hour and a half in total. But obviously, it's just me. I know what I'm doing with the products. I haven't got to sort of pass them around to people, so it's a little bit quicker. But as a social thing for a class with your girlfriends, then yeah, you would expect about an hour and a half or so. And then a nice scoot off and leave all you sitting around the table to enjoy your fizz and your nibbles and things like that.
And I forgot to ask, the most important thing is the price range. What is a sort of well-known brand that you think that as far as price is concerned, it's comparable to? Is it comparable to Clarins or to
Yes, I would say it's cheaper than Elemis, I think, certainly from what people have said. I used to use Decleor, and it's certainly no more expensive than Decleor. I think Clarins, Lancome, that sort of middle,
isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you paid for your other serums, but whether how comparable that was.
I can't remember.
This is a 30 ml serum, and I use this twice a day, and I would expect this to last me 5 months probably.
So if you're doing it once a day, it's almost a year.
Yeah, so it's not far off.
So per use, that's about 30p a use, isn't it?
it's I mean, everything's relative, isn't it, in terms of what you know where you what your preferences are, and in terms of where you spend your money. But I know this in the beginning, the cleanser, I know Elemis do a very, very similar one, and this is half price for the Elemis one, and there's a bit more in this pot than the Elemis. So yeah, in that kind of, I think, but in terms of Estee Lauder and those kind of ones, I think I would say it's you know, equal to that. Yeah, one of the other things I didn't say actually was, other than the spa to go classes, here you will only find this to buy in Harrods. It's the only place that you can actually buy the product sort of over the counter. You might find them if you're lucky enough to cruise first class, or fly first class, or travel on the Orient Express and have a cabin. Then you might find that you will have some, you know, some little goodie bag in there. And there are quite a number of spa hotels now, Temple Spa hotels, where you will get the little products in your room, but also you can have the Temple Spa treatments. So the nearest one to me where I live is Roe Hill Grange, which is in Orpington, and that's a Temple Spa spa. So and you can buy the products there, but the offers and the collections are all via us, via the consultants, either directly or via our website, rather than the general. You won't get so many of the collections and the offers and things if you just go on the general website. So it's always better to shop via a consultant if you can, because you'll get, you know, you'll get a, you know, if you buy a collection, there's always something free, that kind of thing. So.
But also you get the personal advice, isn't it?
Yes.
I think what women of our age so badly need, you know.
Yeah.
I can put together an outfit, but I am rubbish with makeup. You know, I need somebody to tell me what to do, because I walk into the beauty counter and I just look at it all. And I know I wear red lipstick, but that's about all I know. You know, I can't do eyeshadows, I can't pick blushes. I just need a lot of help. And I think it's the same with skincare. If you have a relationship with somebody that you trust, you know they're not going to diddle you, so that the products you're buying are the right products for you. Because I mean, how many women waste thousands of pounds on skincare products that are useless for them?
Yeah. There's no point in, you know, just because something might work for somebody else, it doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you. It might not do you any harm, but it might not achieve the you know, the goal that you're aiming for, whether it is rosacea, whether it is fine lines, whether it is a little bit more glow and radiance, or using the more commonly, I think, is using the wrong product at the wrong time, or not using them in the right order, you know, not knowing which order to put things on, and putting on something first and then putting something else over the top, and that will then, you know, that product will then have no benefit if things don't go on in the right order. So, and that can be confusing. I mean, that's confusing for anybody really. So when you leave the class, you can take your worksheet away with you, which does have sort of the order, and it does have the order of what products we've used and the order of them. So you have got something to refer back to if like me, you normally come away thinking, what was that? What did I do with that one? Or when did I use this one? So yeah, a little bit of help. I think we all need a little bit of help, don't we? Whatever it might be.
Thank you so much, Michaela. I've put my specs on and had a look at you on my phone because you're a bit blurry on the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Fabulous. So thank you so much for joining us.
That's no problem. Thank you.
Michaela's going to put in the comments how you can contact her, and then you can ask her any questions that you might have. You've definitely sold me the neck cream. So
neck cream's very good. Exalt, yeah.
I shall give you a call tomorrow, and that's a very nice top you're wearing, Michaela.
It is, isn't it? And I've got my eye on another one, so perhaps we can swap tomorrow.
Right now, Because I'm not actually, I don't know what screen I'm watching this on. I think it's probably best for, oh, hang on, somebody's just asked something. Oh no, Diane Reynolds is saying that she's the same with makeup. She never learned how when she was younger and never wore anything but mascara. But now she's older, she needs a lesson. Well, I think you're right, Diane, because, you know, I didn't wear a lot of makeup from day to day, although I've always spent a lot of money on my skin. I mean, when we were so skint that all I could afford when the kids were younger were a pair of Tesco tracky bottoms, I still had my skincare because I couldn't bear the thought of once I had money again, I'd be some old crone.
Well, that's the thing. It's an investment, isn't it? And you if you invest in it from an early age, which I sort of did really, then you can't go back. You just can't. You just got to stick with it.
And the other thing that really makes me laugh is when you're in your, or certainly when we were in our teens and our 20s, they all droned on about how smoking would kill you. If they just had said, you will have wrinkles, I would have packed up immediately. Absolutely immediately. But no, they were going on about death, which seemed so far away to me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's why I've got wrinkles here and here.
Well, keep on with the serum, keep on with the Truffle Elixir, and I'm sure that will assist and help them disappear. Definitely.
I'm sure it will, my darling. So thank you ever so much. So do you want to switch the screen off your end?
Yeah, I can
say
leave
goodbye to everyone, because I'm going to then work out what to do this end. So they might be just watching at me for a bit longer whilst I work out what the hell to do, because I can't see the famous red button. So anyway.
Yeah, I'll go through and put the comments in. I'll leave and then I'll put details and bits and pieces in there.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Michaela. We'll see you
You're welcome.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.